Hello, everybody. Welcome back to All Things Podcast. My name is Isaac, and in today's episode, drumroll, I am joined by Joseph once again. This is what your fourth time coming on the show.
Yep.
Welcome back to All Things Podcast. Everyone's loved having you on so far, and it's been great to have a guest on the show. So today's
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy it, so
uh,
it is good to be back.
that's good, man. Today's episode should 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 be a good one. Yeah, we got Black Panther. Wakanda Forever came out a few days ago. I saw it yesterday, and Joseph saw it on the opening night. Dedication right there. So that's what we will be talking about today. We'll be giving our review on Black Panther Wakanda Forever. But first, I just want to address the death of the Batman voice actor Kevin Conroy. He was battling cancer, and it unfortunately took his life just a few days ago. Now I woke up to the news, and it's devastating. He was a really talented man, inspired many, and a lot of people looked up to him. He was the voice actor for Batman, as I said, in the Batman animated series and many other spin-offs for the Batman animated series. Yeah, it's really sad. Like I watched a lot of those animated Batman films, TV shows when I was younger, and I absolutely loved them. So it's really tragic and sad that he's no longer with us. Mark Hamill, who plays the voice of the Joker in the animated stuff, he put up a post dedicated to Kevin and his sadness. Batman's nothing without the Joker, and they were obviously great friends. And it's really sad. It saddens me, and yeah, I loved the animated Batman stuff. I really loved watching it as a kid, and obviously he voices him in many of the video games, Batman video games, and it's really tragic. Tragic. Did you at all ever watch him or watch animated Batman's?
Oh yeah, they'd always been like Channel 9 and
Yeah,
stuff like that when I'd wake up early hours in the morning.
yeah. I I loved them, and he went on to do many spin-offs for it, and he's like it's just like with Star Wars with Anakin and Hayden Christensen's the face, but Matt Lanter, who voices Anakin in the Clone Wars, he really touches a lot of people's hearts, and it's like that with Kevin. It's really tragic, Cancer, man, it's a horrible thing. A lot, few of my friends have gone through it, and it's really not nice. It's not a nice side, and wishing his loved ones a it's really sad. Praying for his loved ones, his family and friends. Yeah, still in shock. Didn't think that would come around so soon, but fortunately, cancer took his life, and it's it's not a nice one. So, but yeah, he inspired many. A lot of people look up to him. A lot of people loved what he did, and I'm one of those people. And it saddens me. So yeah, it's sad, but
It is. He did a lot for Batman as
he
Batman
did.
as a character. He was
Yeah, he did.
yeah he may have just been the voice, but just what he did for Batman as a character.
Yeah,
He made the reason that Batman's so
I
big.
totally agree. He impacted the character of Batman uh, hugely, and it's really sad that we'll never get to hear his voice again. It's a real shock to us all, our superhero fans and DC fans. So yeah, may he rest in peace. Hope he's doing well up in heaven, and still inspiring many. He will continue to. His work will continue. His legacy will continue to live on. And yeah, I want to thank him for all the stuff he's done for the fan base. He was a fan himself, and he loved his fans. He he was just a special guy, and yeah, it's really sad. It's terrible. But when we're gonna go on to our Black Panther Wakanda Forever review now. I just wanted to start the episode off, touching base on Kevin Conroy and his passing. I loved what he did, and it saddens me. It's really sad, but we're going to go onto our Black Panther Wakanda Forever review. Today is episode 29 of All Things Podcast, Wakanda Forever review. Let's get straight into it, guys. Stay tuned. Okay, now into the juicy part of this episode. Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I saw it just yesterday. I'm still processing a lot. I'm still taking a lot in. I will definitely go and see it again. Joseph saw it on opening night. The dedication there. Um, yeah, there was it was a ride of it was a roller coaster of emotions, action, loss. The start of the film was very emotional and a very beautiful tribute to Chadwick Boseman. Same with the end credit scene. But we'll get more into the end credit scene later on in the episode. But Joseph, what are your initial thoughts when you walked out of the theater? What was going through your head?
Well, when I was walking out of the theater, I was a little teary-eyed. Yeah,
Yeah,
that post credit
I,
scene did
that
get me.
yeah,
Uh, But my thoughts on the movie is that, like, for Marvel, or the Marvel we've had lately, it's it's been better than what we've had in a long time.
yeah.
Between the
Yeah,
movies and the TV shows, I think it's up there. Probably back to Endgame. Um, I'm not a big fan of Doctor Strange. I'm not a big fan. I enjoyed No Way Home, but so yeah, like I think it's better than No Way Home, and it's I think it's on not on par with Endgame, but it's the best we've had since Endgame. Um,
definitely. Marvel lately, it's been a bit disappointing, especially
it
Phase
has.
4. I really did enjoy No Way Home, but this movie in particular was a lot more emotional and more heart connecting. I felt like No Way Home was great. I love seeing all the three Spideys on the screen. But a lot of No Way Home was fan service, and this movie was like a standalone film, and it was really different. Not what I expected, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely. I think No Way Home benefits off its fan service, but Black
Yeah,
Panther, you don't like you get your fan service out of it. You get the small things, but it has a lot of emotion in it,
yeah,
and that's where it
a lot.
yeah, that's where I think it really like benefits
Yeah,
from.
and with Marvel lately, we've been centered around the multiverse, and Wakanda Forever didn't really impact the multiverse, which was nice. It was nice to finally get away from the multiverse because lately in Marvel, that's really all we've been getting. So it really was nice to steer away from the multiverse. And yeah, it was different. It was not what I expected, but really loved it. With Phase 4 hasn't been the greatest. Yeah, we got No Way Home. As I said, I loved No Way Home, but I think I enjoyed Wakanda Forever more than I enjoyed No Way Home. No Way Home was great, many emotions throughout it, but Black Panther Wakanda Forever just hits different.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it deserves its runtime. Its long runtime. Like it was a hella long movie, but it deserved its runtime, and I want more. I want more of that type of Marvel. It was really good.
Yeah, Marvel with passion, not trying to make everything
Mm,
funny. I liked the Marvel that had emotion to it.
yeah,
Like I did not expect a lot of things to happen in this movie.
no,
I mean, yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was very heartfelt and
it was heart touching.
it was very emotional, and I think that's where it strived because
Definitely.
nowadays Marvel are just trying to make everything funny and lighthearted. This was
Yeah,
a step in a
and
different direction.
it was like there was. I had a few laughs throughout Wakanda Forever, but it wasn't that cringy Marvel freaking
Yeah,
laughter we've been getting lately. Like Thor: Love of Thunder and She-Hulk, they were cringe fest. But this had mature, good humor as well as connecting with the emotion, loss, still having action throughout. It was really different. It wasn't what I expected. I wasn't going like I felt the hype for this movie, but I also didn't. But then when I got into the theater from the get go, when they had that tribute to Chadwick Boseman, and then the Marvel intro screen, that that was very emotional and a jaw dropping scene. Like that silence. You know how they usually have the Marvel intro with the
Yeah,
music.
yeah,
It was silent in the theater, and it was so many emotions. They just had Chadwick.
yeah. And they did something similar at the end when Shuri was sitting on the beach,
Yeah, with the post credit. Yeah,
and yeah, right before the post credit scenes, right before the first credits roll,
yeah,
it was just this movie
and
strived off so much emotion.
it did.
It does have its flaws. It is not a perfect movie.
Definitely not.
Um, and yes, I will go into the flaws that I noticed, but right now, like its flaws compared to a lot of other Marvels lately are just you can ignore them. Considering all the other movies that have come out. And another reason I don't like to bash on BP2 is because everything they had to go through to make this movie, being Chadwick passing in COVID,
Yeah,
for them to make a better movie than Thor, than the most recent Thor, than Doctor Strange, that
yeah,
I think
in
that's a real testament to it
yeah, like
was not
this.
easy,
No,
any of what they had to go through.
no, I totally agree. Marvel lately it's been very on and off. It's Phase 4, especially as I said, and Wakanda Forever. It was the final Phase 4 film, and it ended Phase 4 amazingly. I'm really happy it was the last one for Phase 4, and hopefully Phase 5 can start off strong because, yeah, wow.
Yeah, like it's. I am now. This movie makes me more excited for Marvel again.
It does. This was This was, I would say, I don't know how to explain this, but this was like the first movie when I was watching that I kind of knew that what was going on, and I knew what happened before. Because like with when the Star Wars sequels came out, the older like the Marvel movies last year, year before, I was still, yeah, I'm still a kid, but I was still
Yeah,
didn't really know what was going on, and I think this was the first movie I knew what happens before this, and yeah, like No Way Home. It was what only end of last year, but I still felt like I was still t- too young to know what was going on. Like I don't
yeah,
know how to explain it, but this felt like the first movie where I was sitting in it and I knew exactly what was happening. I knew everything that happened before it.
yeah. I mean, um, like I don't dislike No Way Home, but just in comparison,
Yeah,
it's not as good. But I do get
I
what you mean about how this, like, how it feels.
yeah,
I'm a bit older, so it's a little bit different for me. But
mm,
like,
I agree.
um, yeah,
It
and Black Panther just it also grows up with you. Like it makes you feel more mature because it's such a serious movie.
yeah, yeah. It was a very serious movie. It was so much better than the other Marvel we've got this year. Like, Phase 4 was a total mess. This was definitely my favorite Phase 4 movie. I really loved No Way Home, and walking into this movie, I didn't think I would like it as much as I did of No Way Home. But when it ended, I was so much stuff was processing in my mind, and I didn't know what to think. And it was definitely my favorite movie lately from Marvel.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's also better than all the shows that we have as well. So it's just
Definitely, definitely. She-Hulk was just the whole joke. So it was really nice to
yeah.
finish
I
finish the
I was kind of hoping that Black Panther would be out of Phase 4 just because the rest of Phase 4 isn't good.
yeah,
So having this movie, specifically this movie in it, just um it's kind of an outlier. I'd rather it all be bad and then they hit the reset button and then Phase 5 is a lot better.
yeah.
But
I agree. Like Phase 4 movies, we got Wakanda Forever, No Way Home, Multiverse of Madness, Shang-Chi, Eternals, Black Widow, and Love and Thunder. I sent you my ranking of Phase 4 earlier, but just so everyone know,
yeah,
my ranking now goes first Wakanda Forever, then No Way Home, and then a lot of people are surprised by this, but then Multiverse of Madness, and then Shang-Chi, and then Eternals,
Shang-Chi.
yeah, and then Eternals, and then Black Widow, then Love and Thunder. A lot of people were surprised by my ranking. I posted on Twitter, and Thor was it. I didn't. I watched it when it came on Disney Plus, and I didn't watch the full thing because I was getting really bored and annoyed throughout it. So I skipped every like 10 seconds, like the fast 10-second thing, and it was just a total joke. Black Widow was different, but it was then again it was not my cup of tea. Eternals was different, and then uh, Shang Chi was very good. I thought. Multiverse of Madness was confusing, but overall I enjoyed it. No Way Home, well, gone over that, and Wakanda Forever we're going over right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I think Black Panther's clear of all of them. Um,
yeah,
but I'm not saying it's not without its flaws. It is a flawed movie, and it does have its problems. It is not on the level of Infinity War, of Winter Soldier, and a lot of other big Marvel names. But I think
yeah, like,
it's bounds better.
yeah, I think it was definitely um what Marvel needed to pick up again, um, because like it's just been a total mess since I would say since Endgame. Marvel has been really on and off,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you saw, but on like Twitter, social media, hashtag recast T'Challa was trending because some fans weren't happy with associating Chadwick's death with T'Challa's death. Personally, I think that honored him. That honored Chadwick really well,
Yeah.
killing off T'Challa like through an illness. As we saw at the start of the film, and I liked that, to be honest.
It also gave them like it wasn't just because they like yeah he's dying. It
Yeah,
was he got sick, and because Killmonger destroyed all
industry.
the herb shape parts,
Yeah,
they couldn't use that to help him. So for the time that before he died and after Black Panther 1, he didn't have the Panthers like he wasn't able to use the heart shaped herb, so he wasn't enhanced in any way.
yeah, exactly. And that was nothing. Killmonger. We got a cameo. That was really unexpected. Michael B. Jordan came back. That was a big wow moment for me
Oh yeah,
personally. I was sitting in the theater and I literally said out loud, "Oh wow, I didn't expect it."
yeah.
Um, but then going back to the recast T'Challa thing, that I'm glad they didn't. I'm happy the way they ended him. Because I didn't want them to like like
He and
deep.
Chadwick were close.
Yeah, I didn't want them to like deep fake Chadwick
No,
and
not at all. I'm
and
glad they
make
didn't.
yeah and make a buck off his fake head, fake face. I'm glad they killed T'Challa
Yeah,
off, and then obviously in the post credit scene, T'Challa Junior. That was really
that's the big one.
that was really wow. Still processing. That was
Indeed.
unexpected yet welcome.
Oh, very.
You know, see the next Black Panther, the King of Wakanda, probably, and it'll be interesting to see where his character
I don't
goes.
think. I'm not sure if Chadwick has kids or not.
Oh, I'm not sure. I think I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't think Chadwick has any children. I'm not sure who played T'Challa Junior, but if he does have children and like his son played him, that'd be really nice. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But it was a big surprise to me. I'm really happy with the post credit scene. Apparently there was actually like right at
Yeah, I
the
checked.
end.
It wasn't.
Yeah, okay. Right at the end of the credits, apparently there was meant to be a Doctor Doom um end credit tease, but apparently they took it out. Apparently, but I'm glad that it wasn't. It'd take us out. It'd take me out. Like we just can't come off an emotional movie. We get slammed with Doctor Doom tease. So now No, 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 no. One of the highlights of the movie to me, Namor. He was a big W to me. His introduction when he was coming out of the water, that was so cool. To me, I loved that introduction. One of my favorite introductions um, to a character. That was cool as. I want more of Namor. I hope we get a spin off. A Namor spin off. That would be very, very, very cool. What did you think of him? I think the casting was good for him as well.
He's a very strong character, as in like he was a very strong character. I think him being his people being so similar to the Wakandans kind of was mirroring it. But yeah, I liked him,
Definitely, his
but I
intro
kind of
was
think
good.
he's a little bit. He was kind of too overpowered, and I'm not the biggest fan of how it was all resolved. Um, because it was kind of like just over like that.
Okay, yeah, that's it. That's fair enough. I definitely want more of Namor. A
Oh yeah,
spin-off would be cool. Apparently there is talks about one. Don't know that, but they definitely casting was spot on. I reckon it's really good.
yeah,
Um, Shuri as the new Black Panther. We knew that was gonna happen. But I think she did a good job. The actress who plays her, wonderful job. Um, very very good. Like the casting for this film, spot on. Everything was great. Like it was what Marvel needed, and it was good. Very good. And out of 10, now out of 10, I'm still trying to decide what I'd give it out of 10. But at the moment, I was at an 8 out of 10 yesterday, but I think I bumped it up to an
hmm
8.5 out of 10. But that could change when I go see it again. It could change. It could go higher or it could go lower. But I think I'm at an 8.5 out of 10, which is really good. That's high.
yeah.
That's high.
Um, I think I would give it a 7.5, maybe a 7.
Okay.
Um,
I
like
okay.
I am trying to stay very unbiased because it is very emotional.
Yeah.
Um,
See, I have
so
to see it
so there are
again.
three main reasons, maybe four, of why I'm not judging it so highly yet. Is because I saw it uh with tons of people, so like the cinema was very packed up. So
Yeah.
you kind of get that excitement. So it's kind of like cinema goggles, where you watch the movie with a crowd of people. It's like watching when you watch No Way Home with a full cinema, and everybody gets really excited when everything happens.
Yeah.
Um,
You get all the
then
you get
also, yeah,
audience's reactions, and then that like
yeah,
influences you to feel away. Yeah. I
exactly.
get that. Yeah.
Um, so when I watch it by myself, I'll be able to determine that a lot better. Also having everything that went wrong, like between feeling sorry because of Chadwick passing and COVID. Um, I'm trying to say unbiased because of what they had to go through to make this movie.
Yeah.
And
Currently,
and yeah,
so
just and the other reason is just because it's the first time seeing it. So when I watch
yeah.
it again, I will definitely like reconsider, and more than likely it'll probably change. But just yeah, I'm trying. I think 7.5 because of the flaws I can think of, but also what it does really well. I think
Yeah.
it's a fair evaluation right now. But
Yeah.
knowing me,
Yeah.
it'll
That's
probably
fair.
go up in my second watching.
Oh yeah, mine might go up. Mine might go down. Mine might stay the same. But I'll have to see it again definitely, and watch it by myself. When it comes on Disney Plus, I'll definitely be binging it a few times. So yeah, it was definitely a great movie, and it's I already I've read some of the reviews so far, and a lot of people are loving it. It's got many more good reviews than poor reviews. Um, yeah, it had all the elements of action, emotion, and loss. It was it combined those three elements and themes very well. I thought at least, and very emotional, wholesome tribute to Chadwick Boseman. It was, as we said, a long movie, but definitely deserves its runtime. Namor was a highlight to me. He was incredible. Shuri was
Yeah,
great. Um, And Killmonger, definitely another highlight to me. Did not expect Michael B. Jordan to come back to reprise him. I know it was only brief, and but it was really really cool. And oh wow moment for me. Favorite faithful MCU movie, potentially favorite MCU movie since Endgame. Sees clear of the multiverse, which was like to me, thank God, because the multiverse has been freaking annoying lately in Marvel. There's been too much of it, and
Yep.
I'm glad we got something that doesn't contribute to the multiverse majorly. So it was a really nice standalone film, if you want to call it that. I I think it, you know, it adds on to Chadwick's legacy as T'Challa, um, and Black Panther, of course. It was special.
Yeah.
It was 2018 Black Panther made a lot of money at the box office. What do you? I know we've only seen Black Panther Wakanda Forever once, but what did you think is better?
Um, for me, that's really hard to judge.
For me, it's easy. Wakanda Forever is better. I like Black Panther. Don't get me wrong, but it's definitely not my favorite Marvel movie, and I definitely was more invested in Wakanda Forever. I'll have to watch. I watched Black Panther, the first one, 2018, on Friday night. I think it was Friday night, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, but I do really think Wakanda Forever hits my heart more. Of course, it's meant to be more emotionally filled, but overall, I think it was a better movie. That's my
Yeah, I
opinion, at
mean,
least.
I've seen the first Black Panther about 5 times now, I think.
Yeah,
And yeah, obviously this one once. Right now, I would put this higher. Yeah, as you said, we've only seen it once, so that can change.
mm,
I also don't want to be caught up in the emotion of it because yeah, it is very emotional. And when you do go to see the movie, if you haven't already, which we recommend you do,
100% missing out if you haven't
when you
seen it.
do go see the movie and you're reviewing it, try to put your emotions to the side because it will really get in the way, especially in some parts where where some big stuff happens. It does get very saddening and very emotional. The acting, I think, was some of the best acting we've seen in all Marvel. I think,
And it
because you could tell that their emotion for everything that's
was
happened
real.
really, yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
like, it really happened in the movie. That wasn't fake crying.
no, like
That
a
was
lot of
not
those
fake crying.
actors were close with Chadwick, and his passing affected them all. Even though it's over 2 years now, it's still a lot of people still affected by it, of course. And I think this film honored him very very well. Like that was one worry I had going to this movie. I was worried it wasn't going to honor him as well as I wanted it to, but it did. It did, and I was very happy they got that. They got that on point.
Yeah, I think this movie deserved more hype in it.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
but also I understand Marvel's hesitance to push anything now because I think um, the higher ups are scared of stuff not doing well anymore because it just hasn't lately.
Yeah. I mean, it
Um,
made 350 million, which was its estimate as well in its first opening weekend. So within like 5 days, it made 350 million. That's as much. That's exactly how as much as Black Adam has made in 3 weeks.
oh wow,
So yeah, I don't know if it will beat Black Panther 2018 in box office numbers. It it would definitely get close to it. It would get over a bill, I would hope. Um, but I just don't know if it will get to that number that Black Panther 2018 did, because a lot of people, like, movie theaters are, they're not falling off, but they also are falling off. Like, they're still very popular. Everyone loves going to the movies, but a lot of people don't like going to the movies. A lot of people either wait for it to come on streaming services or just pirate it. Like, you can already
yeah,
pirate Black Panther Wakanda Forever on a pirating website.
which
Like,
we do not recommend doing.
no, just go pay your $9 movie ticket watch it at the movie theater. It's a much more. It's a better experience. You're sitting in your movie theater seat, watching it on the big screen. Got an audience around you. Got it, just definitely go
Um,
see this movie multiple times. I'm definitely gonna go see it again next week. And yeah, I don't. My thoughts on it will change second viewing. You know, you pick up more things on your second viewing. So
yeah, you do. You really do.
yeah, so I'm sure my rating will change. At the moment, it's sitting at about an 8, 8.5. I don't think it will go lower than a 7. I don't even want it to be at a 7. I don't think it'll go lower than a 7.5. Um, yeah,
I don't think I will drop below 7. It's
no, no way, no way for me. I don't think I'll go below 7.5.
unless in my second viewing it just turns out to be like absolutely horrendous, and I was just blinded by how sad the movie made me.
Yeah, I don't think that will be the case though.
Um,
But you never know.
I really doubt that happens.
It definitely sits a special place in my heart as a movie overall, not just impacting the MCU and as a Marvel film, but it was genuinely a really good movie. I thought, literally saw it just over 24 hours ago, so yeah, I'm definitely excited to see it again, though. I'm definitely very excited to see it
Yeah, yeah.
again.
I might buy it when it comes onto Disney Plus.
Yeah,
Because no, I'm not sure if they're released. Because they did for Black Widow, they released it so you could buy it on Disney Plus. But I might have to wait until it just gets normally released. But
on digital.
I'll watch it in the movies again. But then I'll probably watch it at home where I'm
Yep.
where I can watch it in my own comfort and
Yeah.
analyze it properly.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, no, I think it's good. I think it's definitely worth watching. Um,
100%.
and
And
if you are very emotional, bring tissues because
oh yeah,
there were some
prepare
sopping
your
messes
tissue
there.
boxes. I shed a tear or two, especially at the start, and then that end credit. I was at the end credit. I was kind of rushing to. Yeah, I was debating whether I need because I had work straight after um the movie, and so I kept looking at my phone to see the time. But I think next time I watch the end credit, I will be more in the moment because I was kind of stressing out. I didn't want to clock on late.
Yeah,
So yeah, no, I did think it was a great film, and I think we've pretty much covered what we can so far for Black Panther. Obviously, second viewing, we're gonna pick up more, and we're definitely gonna continue to talk about this in future episodes. And definitely, if a Namor show gets announced, I would be very down for that because I love that character, dude. His introduction was sweet as, in my opinion. It was cool as.
yeah. No, I did enjoy the character him, and the actor who played him did really well.
Yeah, I think so. Spot on job.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think we've covered majority of what we plan to talk about. Do you have anything in particular you wanted to say?
um, no, I think we got most of it. Just yeah, the movie being so emotional. Just everybody should
It
definitely go see it
had
if you're a
all
Marvel
that. It
fan.
had the emotion. It had the action. It had a lot. It had all those themes, and it was really good. It was really
Yeah,
heart touching, and yeah. Thank you, Marvel Studios, for finally producing something that wasn't some goofy, just yeah,
hard bars.
actual
Like
yeah.
yeah, I think the reason this movie did so well, it was you could tell it was made with passion. Unlike a lot of Marvel lately, this was made with just
It
passion
was.
and
It
love.
was passion, love, emotion. Mourning the loss of Chadwick. Uh, also one thing before we head off. When Namor was explaining his backstory, that was really nice as well. I thought they did that a good job there.
Yeah,
Um, but I think we've covered the lot. Definitely see Wakanda Forever multiple times. It was a great movie, and let us know what you guys thought about it. Give us your review, give us your rating, and yeah, I want to see what the fans are saying.
yeah,
But
definitely.
yeah, definitely, I think it's a great movie overall. But I think we're gonna wrap up the episode now. Obviously, Black Panther Wakanda Forever was the main thing we talked about. The only thing we usually talk about many things, but I wanted to dedicate this episode just to Wakanda Forever review. Obviously, talked about tragic passing of Kevin Conroy. May he rest in peace. And Joseph, thank you for coming back onto the show. It was great.
Always good.
Yeah, it was great to have you back on the show. Looking forward to you coming back on again, maybe one day if you want to. Obviously, I'm sure we
Definitely.
will. Um, we could continue talking about our Star Wars. We love Star Wars. Good old Andor's nearly finished. So stay tuned. Episodes coming soon. I'm nearly on school holidays, thank God. I got 5 exams coming up, so once I've got them out of the way, be dedicating some time to improving the podcast. Yeah, I got announcement coming within the next month or two. Um, so yeah, quality of podcast will start to get better, just on a time limit at the moment, guys. But thanks for listening to today's episode, episode 29, nearly 30 episodes. That's crazy. Thank you, Joseph, for coming on. Give a rating, give a like, give a follow, give a subscribe. Do what you guys got to do to help us out. We really appreciate it. All socials linked down below. Wakanda Forever was what was a movie that it made me back to Marvel. I was fading away from Marvel, fading away more than I was from Star Wars, and Wakanda Forever drew me back in. So yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Thanks, Joseph, and we will see you guys next week in the episode, I'm sure. And yeah, thank you, guys. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, Joseph. Thanks for coming on. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye bye.